a win by a margin of 101 runs. Now that's something that you don't hear often in T20 cricket, but that's exactly what the Indian team has achieved versus South Africa. And what makes it even more astonishing is the fact that it wasn't a game where India almost touched the 300 run mark, something that they had been consistently doing at home. This was a game where they ended up at a par total, some might even say a below par total in the Indian conditions, at 175, yet managing to win by 101 runs. I think this game serves as the perfect example to tell us why India are the current T20 world champions. This is also a timely reminder why India haven't lost a series in the T20I format, whether it's a multilateral series where many countries are participating, or it's a bilateral T20I series. India hasn't lost since winning that T20 World Cup. So it does tell you what really makes this a world-beating side. And I think we often talk about the explosive Indian batting, and that has, on occasions, as I said, really got an above par total, instilled fear in the opposition's heart with their batting style. That is something that really has stood out in that last year and a half. But we often forget the role that Indian bowlers have played. And I think this game is also a reminder of that. To dismiss South Africa for 74, all 6 bowlers that India played were used, all of them with at least a wicket. Most of them picking up 2 wickets in the game. So it was like a, even distribution of wickets there amongst the bowlers as well, and each of them picking up very crucial wickets. Then goes back to the fact, I think the one good thing that the Indian team also did was get the selection right. And why is it that this Indian bowling lineup, I say, makes this Indian team world beaters apart from their batting, is because you have, if you look around global T20 cricket, I think you have 3 of the biggest match winners in T20Is with you. That includes a Jasprit Bumrah, a Arshdeep Singh, and a Varun Chakravarti. 3 bowlers who can single-handedly win you a T20I game. Might I add, there is a 4th who is sitting on the bench in Kuldeep Yadav. I don't think any other T20I team in the world has the luxury of having 4 match-winning bowlers. I don't think all 4 will play together. There will be occasion where Kuldeep will come in, but he'll play alongside Varun, and on occasions Arshdeep may be asked to sit out, because that's what Indian team has been doing on occasions. Sometimes they'll play the fast bowler. As I said, they got the 11 right. In Cuttack, due was expected, so you had to play an extra fast bowler, which they did with Hardik, Bumrah and Arshdeep being there, Dubey being the backup. But there'll be occasions where you're playing on a dry surface, maybe no dew around at that time of the year. Then you might just pack in another spinner, which India had been doing at home previously, as well as we saw them do in the T20 World Cup as well as the Asia Cup. So overall, as I said, you still have an option of 4 match-winning bowlers. That's what makes this Indian team incredible. But this match report cannot be complete if we don't talk about the man of the match, and that was Hardik Pandya. Not because of the wickets that he picked, but primarily because of the 59 runs that he got at a strike rate of over 200. I think that changed the game. Minus that knock, or an average knock from him, India wouldn't even reach the 150 mark, or barely reach the 150 mark. I think then South Africa would have come out with a different approach, and this could have been a different game. But I think for Hardik Pandya to have played the knock under the circumstances, absolutely incredible. And I think that brings me to one point about Hardik that came on as a realization. He is a rare commodity, irreplaceable. Fast bowling all-rounder, you don't have any. You've been trying to find options. You've gotten some options, but they're not half as good as Hardik Pandya. So he's anyway a rare commodity. He's also a rare commodity in international cricket. A fast bowling all-rounder with this kind of an ability to win you matches with either ball or bat, again, very rare. But the one thing that really struck me today when I saw his knock, I think in an Indian team which is now saying that T20I cricket, they'll play with this new template where anyone can bat at any position, Hardik Pandya is the only batter who is as potent if he's batting higher up the order or if he's batting lower down the order. You look at the other batter, Shubman Gill, Abhishek, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, all very good batters. Some may be going through a bad patch, but they are top order batters. I don't think they'll be able to do a finisher's job. Go down to the finishers, you used to have Rinku Singh, or you're trying to get Shivam Dubey to do that. Jitesh is doing that. All of them lower down the order batter. I don't think if you get them to open or bat at number 3, they'll do the job. I think Hardik Pandya, if you've seen him in the IPL, sometime for Indian team, the time that he was captaining, he was batting at number 4, playing that anchorish kind of role and then going on to build his innings. And he was doing fantastically well as a batter there. Now, ever since his captaincy was taken away, now has been made as a designated finisher, sometime batting at 7, sometime batting at 6. Look at the way he's changed gears. So I think no other Indian batters have these many gears to bat at any position. Gears they may have, but those gears you'll see, if he's a top order batter, he may start slowly and then accelerate, but still batting on the top. Familiar environment, familiar circumstances. Hardik Pandya, batting top, batting in the middle, batting lower down, completely different situations. But the way he can adapt and mold his game to the requirement of what the team would want or to the requirement of what the situation wants at that time, absolutely phenomenal and unmatched in that regard. Why just in the Indian team? You'll have to really dig deep to find anyone doing that in international cricket. Add that, the fact that he's also a fast bowling all-rounder, he's gold dust. He's absolute gold dust, and couldn't be happy to have him back into the team. Remember, he was injured, away for so long, but the way he batted felt like he'd just been breathing, eating, sleeping cricket all this while. So didn't take any time to warm up. From the word go, has turned out that performance. Two, a worrisome factor for India for some time now, and it's not just this game, that is Shubman Gill's experiment as an opener and Suryakumar Yadav dry run that he's had. Let's talk about Sky. I think this calendar year he's at about 15-16 innings. He's averaging 15 at a strike rate of 126. These are numbers you don't really associate with Suryakumar Yadav. So it's been an extended dry run, but I think if I was to offer any advice to him, I think I'd just tell him to play conventional cricket. I know he's made his name by playing, strokes, which are shots which are quite unusual, 360 degrees and so on and so forth. But I think his flicks towards the leg side, or that paddle sweep that he tries to play, or hit it over the keeper on the leg side or above leg slip, those sort of shots, or near the fine leg area or above fine leg. I think that area is something that has been identified by opposition bowlers. He's trying that one time too often and gets found out there, and has been losing his wicket because of that. I think just if he goes back to the basics, I remember the earlier version of him who could score runs playing for Kolkata Knight Riders in a very conventional manner. Not that he shouldn't play these strokes, but maybe after some time, maybe once he gets going, that could be something that can get him out of this rut. Shubman Gill, his numbers not that bad. He's averaging 26 at a strike rate of 144 in this calendar year, or since the time he's come back into the Indian T20 setup. He can still do better with those numbers, because remember, he's come in and replaced Sanju Samson, who was already setting the stage on fire as an opener. You earlier had Yashasvi Jaiswal also batting at a phenomenal strike rate, so that 144 strike rate needs to go up. That average from 26, maybe slightly. I still think there's scope of improvement there. He's not that far behind as to what the Indian team would want from him. But time is running out. We're just 2 months away from the T20 World Cup. So I think that is that part of the game that he'll have to get right. Other than that, as I said, this is that one format which is the least of the worries for the Indian team. Test cricket, they've been found wanting. ODI cricket, they've had a hiccup or two here and there. But T20, they've been absolute flawless. And that flawless performance continues even today. Give us a like on the video if you're enjoying our content. Share this video with your other friends who may have a thought or two, and they can leave a comment basis our analysis. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. Bye-bye.